In an interactive CodeSculptor program, you have control over some of the events. You can press a button. You can type into an input field. And we have seen that in Viz mode, you similarly have manual control over those events. But normally in CodeSculptor, you don't have control over some of the other events that we've just introduced. The drawing events of when things actually get changed on the screen, and timers when they tick. So you don't have control over them. They just happen. Well, in Viz mode, we're going to see that you actually have control over those events of when they happen. And one cool thing about that is that that allows you to not only step through your program a lot better and understand what's going on, but that gives you a really good debugging tool as well. We're going to use this simple screensaver program as an example. And so first let's remind ourselves what's going on in it. It uses three kinds of events. The first is an input field, and whenever I type something in, it will create an event. So I could type in Viz is great, enter, and that's an event. And in particular, that ends up leading to the displayed string being changed. Now, meanwhile, there's a draw event automatically happening to draw this on the screen, and a timer ticking off that each time it ticks, it changes the position that we're going to draw the string in. So let's see how we control these events in Viz mode. Get in Viz mode, run my code, have my window here, and notice that nothing is drawing yet. Okay, we now have these buttons down here that give us control over the draw and timer events. Also notice up here in the state diagram that this is the position of where our message will appear. Okay, we'll observe that as we're running through our program here. So I'm going to go ahead and draw, and there's our message. It's at 50-50, which is, basically upper left-hand corner near that. Okay, I can draw multiple times. And you can see that in our event log, in our execution trace, we've actually have multiple draw events, but it looks like nothing's changed. Why is that? Well, that's because our location's still the same, so I just keep drawing it in the same place. So now I will go ahead and click on my timer, and it called the function which changes the position. And so here's my new position. I can draw it, and in fact, it's in a new position. I could click on my timer again, changes the position. Maybe this time my timer is really quick. I'll change the position again, and it's changed it. And now I can draw, and there it is again. Okay, and you can see that here, once again, we have a record of all the events. So how is this useful for actually debugging your program? I've introduced an error into our program. And, where'd my message go? Seems to have disappeared. Well, what's going on here? Oh, there it is. Let's get, oh, where is it now? Oh, there it is. My message seems to be coming and going. Sometimes it's on the screen, sometimes it isn't. What's the problem here? All right, well, let's get in Viz mode and see if we can figure this out. Okay, get in Viz mode, I'll run it. And, well, okay, I want to draw it. All right, there's my message, good. I'll tick and draw it again. There's my message, good. I'll tick and draw again. Where's my message? Okay, something's gone wrong. So now let's step through what we've looked at here. In particular, notice that it's now paused at a point where I'm in some error state. My message is not on the screen, even though I just said draw. What's the problem? I can look up here, and I'm supposed to be drawing at this location, 251, 1493. But my width and height are only 500. Hey, I'm drawing way off the screen here. What's the problem? Okay, so I can back it up to the tick here, where I generated that, and I can come in here and I can see that, well, I picked an X. Well, I'm about to pick an X here. That's 251. That's fine. And then I pick a Y that's, ooh, that's too big. Well, why did that happen? Oh, here in the code, I was randomly picking a number from 0 up through interval, which is a fairly big number, instead of up through height like I'm supposed to and like I originally did. Okay. And so I used the fact that I was able to pause the execution at a point when I knew there was a problem and then track it back to find the actual problem.